All right. So Joe Papaleo is not here tonight, so I'm going to be acting in his stead. I'm going to call the council meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. for the Folcroft Borough Council workshop meeting. The mayor is not here tonight either, so I will turn it over. I will do the Pledge of Allegiance. So, Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, United
Of
States
the
of
United
America,
States of America,
to the
to
republic
the republic
for which it
stands,
stands, one nation,
one nation,
under God,
Under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
liberty
liberty and justice for all. Let's take a moment of silence for all those who have died or are suffering from COVID. All right, and then I'm going to hand it over to a borough secretary for the roll call. Andrew?
All right. Council President Papaleo is absent. Councilman Kyle Willis,
Present.
Councilwoman Lee Daly,
Present.
Councilman Nick Waters,
here.
Councilwoman Melinda Isaac,
present,
Councilman Jason McGuigan. Jason is absent. Councilman Robert Ruskowski.
I'm here.
All right. Mayor Fry, is he on yet? All right, he's absent. Alex,
I'm present.
and I'm present.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Do we have any audience participation?
There was no audience participation.
All right, going to start off at the top. We have a resolution. I'm going to go ahead and read that one into the record. I don't believe Eiserman is on, but it's okay. So, a resolution of the Folcroft Borough Council, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, honoring Deputy Police Chief Christopher Eiserman for bravery in response to a call on February 25th, 2021. Whereas throughout his career, Deputy Police Chief Christopher Eiserman has worked tirelessly to protect and serve the residents of Folcroft Borough, including putting his life on the line. And whereas Deputy Police Chief Christopher Eiserman has served with distinction as a police officer in the borough of Folcroft since February of 1999. And whereas Deputy Police Chief Christopher Eiserman's kindness, energy, and bravery has enriched those fortunate enough to know and work with him. And whereas a fire broke out at a business in Glen Olden Borough on Thursday, February 25th at approximately 5:30 p.m. And whereas Deputy Police Chief Christopher Eiserman was one of the first responders to arrive on scene. And whereas with quick thinking, Deputy Police Chief Christopher Eiserman climbed a ladder and extricated the residents who live in the apartment above the business. And had he not acted, the outcome could have been very different. Now, therefore, be it resolved by Folcroft Borough Council hereby congratulates Deputy Chief Christopher Eiserman for his heroic act of service to the community. Duly presented and adopted by the Folcroft Borough Council of Borough Council of Folcroft Borough, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, this second day of March 2020. So I would like to entertain the motion to approve that resolution.
Motion.
There's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
aye,
Any opposed? All right, it's unanimous. All right, let's move on to the engineer's report.
Thank you. You do have a copy of my report. There's just a couple things that I wanted to bring to your attention. One is that we have approved the Popeyes plan. I spoke to Joe D'Amico today, Alex, and he is going to be sending you the previous agreement, developer's agreement that has the language in it for the condition that we're referring to.
Yeah, I talked to him this afternoon.
Okay. The one thing that Joe and I discussed is that the developer's agreement for phase 1 notes that when phase 2, if there are changes to the plan, will have to be re-recorded. So in discussing it with Joe, we think that there needs to be a resolution passed by council so that we can have the plan actually recorded. So it'll be a new resolution. So we'll have to put that together. Depending on the timing, we may be able to do it at the next meeting, at the regular meeting. Joe wasn't sure whether or not he would have the cost estimate. He has one, we do not. We have not been given that. Alex contacted Bowler today to find out, to ask for a copy of their municipal improvement cost estimate. We still do have money left in the previous escrow because of the problem with the rain garden. So that's still outstanding. So we'll have to take a look at that and approve that cost estimate. We did take bids for the road program, and I have really good news that we had to look at it about 3 or 4 times because I was very shocked. We were told that asphalt was going to be increasing this season. We put cost estimates together and got $72 a ton, which is about $20 less than what we were getting at the end of last year. So I'm going to take it. They haven't they haven't called and said that they need to withdraw their bid. But AF Damon is a good company. We've worked with them for years. They were low bid of the 6 bids. Cost was $548,946.60. We estimated $800,000. So what that does for you is that you'll take more of the money out of the liquid fuels account, and you'll have unrestricted funds left over in your general fund. So that's a big positive. Please don't spend that $200,000 at this point, because we always run into, we have additional base repair. So whatever you do, don't spend it yet. But it is very positive news. I sent a recommendation letter over this afternoon. The recommendation is to accept the bid. However, you have not yet received the money from PICO, so the award will be contingent upon the receipt of the $403,000 from PICO.
Would there be any risk in delaying that to the next meeting so we can have it on the agenda?
No.
Okay, just making sure that we weren't like time crunched. I just wanted to.
No. I just I was under the impression we wanted to get this moving so that once the plants opened, which they will open in April, that will be moving. Does it hurt us? Not really, because the contract is a PennDOT contract. So it's just a matter of getting the bonds, and Alex will take a look at the bonds. We'll take a look at the bonds and insurance and move it forward. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we were ready to move on it, and if we can wait until the regular voting meeting, I think that would be kind of preferred. So, anything else?
That's all I have.
All right. We will move on to public finance and administration, which I will be filling in for Joe Papaleo. So you all received a document laying out some phone plans. Effectively, T-Mobile and Andrew, you can correct me if anywhere here, is offering a special program where they'll buy out our current plan and have cheaper rates than where we're currently at. Do you want to add some detail here, since you're the one who found this for us?
Yeah, so this is it's a municipal government plan. I sent over one of our AT&T bills to, that's who we use currently for these plans, to T-Mobile. They reviewed it, and then they got back with a price estimate. It'll save us about, I think I forget what's on the list, it's about $2,000 per year that it'll save us for this plan. The other good thing is that they will buy out the plan we have currently, so there's no time limit. We don't have to do this tomorrow. One concern is that the police use a preferred, preferred, I forget the exact wording, but basically it's a higher internet quality for the police cruisers, for the computers that they have, and that this plan may not cover that. We don't have the same quality. So I have agreed that we should delay this probably for 2 weeks just to confirm that that the police will be able to get the same internet for their vehicles, unless and if they don't, then we should still move forward, but without that option, so that we don't risk them not being able to use their cruisers, the computers in their cruisers. So that's the only thing we should wait for. But again, they'll buy out our plan, so it doesn't hurt us to wait. There's no time limit here.
All right. So just as getting a lot of feedback, just as a kind of keep your eyes on it, we'll be trying to see what we're going to do, but hopefully we'll be able to get ourselves a cheaper phone plan, whether with the police or if we can't get the data plan we need without them, just for the rest of the lines we have. Any questions on this before we move forward? Okay. That's all there is for public finance and administration. We would then move to public works. I have nothing for public works at this time. So we would then go to Councilman Ruskowski for public safety.
Yeah, we wanted to discuss a traffic study on Elmwood Avenue between Ashland and the creek.
Right. So I was out and I was talking to a resident who lives on that section, and a couple of them actually talking about complaints about cars going fast, especially during the rush hour. I remember, Chief, you were talking about this at one point. What would be the feasibility of being able to do a study there? Have we done one recently?
We have not done one on Ashland Avenue, no.
So what would be the kind of, would we be able to do one there? I don't know what the specific neat requirements are.
Yeah, exactly. Where would you like it set up? By where the creek is?
So whatever would be the most effective. I know Folcroft goes to the creek there on our side of Ashland. So whatever your discretion as to where you think would be the best place to pick up the information, but that's the section between that stop sign and the creek is where they were saying people are flying through there, sometimes
Elmwood,
not
guys.
stopping. What'd you say?
What's that? I'm sorry, Chief.
Elmwood.
Yeah, Elmwood. I'm sorry. Yes, it's on Elmwood.
It's on Elmwood Avenue?
Yeah, so the section of Elmwood between the creek and Ashland.
Okay, so the right side of the road is Glen Old, and the left side is us going towards Ridley Park.
Yes.
I could do something in conjunction with Glen Olden, and get a study for both ways, just so we get an idea.
Yeah, I think, is there anything that we would need to do to approve, or how does this work?
No, what I'll do is I'll contact Kevin Smith from Nether Providence. He'll come out with his machines, put them up on a telephone pole or a tree, whatever he deems to be, whatever, and then go from there, and it will get both ways in both directions. And then what the percentage is for citation offenses.
Awesome. Thank you. Anyone have anything else?
No, that's all I have.
All right.
Councilman Wills?
Yes.
Is this where, are we going to talk about the proposal about the fire truck or not tonight? There's time crunch on that. It's very time sensitive.
I would normally say yes. The only reason I would be hesitant tonight is because we are down so many council members and we wouldn't be able to act on it tonight anyway. You've sent your data over to everyone, or I can't remember if I got it or not.
I know it was sent to Joe and I believe Rogo, you should have it.
Yeah.
And Lee Daly.
All right.
And Lee. Either they can forward it. I actually just got an actual number probably a half hour ago, which is it's only about $18,000 less than what we estimated it would be. And that's with the prepay thing with the finance company paying ahead of time. So it's like $932, like $860.
So
the actual number.
why don't you send that information out to Andrew, and Andrew forward it out. We will put it for something to discuss at the very least on the next one. I just don't want to get into something with, so many council members down right now before I, and we couldn't act on anything tonight anyway. So we'll get it.
I noticed is those discounts will apply either way. It's just now it's going to be the price increase of the 30,000 plus. That's really going to add to the price of the truck. So any discounts that we would be getting, we were going to, we'll lose that. So.
All right. Well, we'll get it on. We'll take a look at the numbers and we'll discuss it, and then we'll put it on for the next meeting if that's what we end up going with. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Moving to public health and literacy, Councilman Isaac.
No new business. Just keep people registering for the vaccines. I know they're eventually going to be hitting our way. I know some people are better off going registering at the pharmacies than on the actual site. At least I've heard that. Because it takes a while and you don't really hear anything much. So people are asking about that. Also, the library's still doing everything that they need to do, their activities, they're doing curbside, staying safe.
All right.
And that's it.
Thank you very much. Moving to municipal planning and zoning, Councilman Waters.
I have no new business to discuss, but I would like to mention also, a few of my neighbors mentioned during the COVID thing at the gym inside the borough. We'll be able to do something like that. They mentioned we get a lot of people now. We won't be able to do that now.
For what?
Getting people shots.
So that has to all the shots require very specific equipment and very specific things. So they do it through specific authorized people. So we wouldn't necessarily be able to do so. We don't have the facilities to do something like that. So, but thank you for the input. Public parks and recreation, Councilman Daly.
Nothing new. Flyers went out for the 3 events that I mentioned last week: the bonnet contest, the Get Egged by the Barrel, and then Earth Day, which TNT removal is going to be partnering with us with. So keep your eye out for that information. And that's it for now.
Thank you very much. To municipal legislation, back to you, Councilman Waters. Councilman Waters.
Hello, am I going through?
There, now we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Nothing.
Thank you very much. So on to new construction committee. So where now my pace slows down. We are in plans to get a meeting together to get a contract with the contractors. We do have some price increases. So in the latest email to you, you should see a breakdown of the price differences in all the different categories, and then also an additional document that has a more detailed kind of breakdown of the prices in specific categories that account for most of the price differences. Going through, if you've had a chance to look through that, most of our price differences fall within the categories of materials. So, wood, so for under framing trusses, it's the vast majority of our price increases fall under materials. So we're in a position where material prices have just gone up since when the bid was put in. And no matter where we were to go with the bidding, if we were to try to rebid or go back, these prices are going to have gone up for pretty much everybody because material prices have gone up as far as my understanding of how this is working. So it is my recommendation that we approve the changes in prices, a change order, and move forward with getting this contract and getting this building project started as soon as possible. Now, Alex, I want to just kind of confer with you about the language of what we need to do. So we're approving a change order for the pricing on the contract, correct?
Yes.
Is there any details specifically that need to be included?
No, I mean, they submitted you the materials. Those materials should be made publicly available, obviously. I know Andrew got them over kind of later in the day today. But other than that, no, you just, motion to approve the new cost estimates. And then once that's approved, I mean, we'll have to enter into an amended contract with them as well, in order to solidify it. So
Okay.
that's all we need to do tonight is just motion to approve the price increases.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure before I move forward. Does anyone have any questions about that before I entertain that motion? Okay. So I would like to entertain a motion to approve the price increases for the building project.
Motion.
Second.
All right. Motion was made by Rogo, seconded by Nick. Thank you very much. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. Thank you very much. And that is where we are at for the new building. So we will move into the parking permit and paving committee. So we are ready to do the public meetings for the parking permit and paving committee for gathering input for the public. So we are going to host 2 public meetings on the 17th and the 18th. 17th will be from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and the 18th will be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. if I remember correctly off the top of my head of March. I just want to make sure I am quoting those correctly. We are going to advertise those as if they are a public meeting to everyone who is available. Why do I not have that in front of me? I apologize. Yeah, so March 17th, 4 p.m., March 18th, 7 p.m. That was correct. So this is to gather input on the parking program that we're looking to implement within the borough from the public. So anyone will be able to join and give us input on what our plan is. So the first step I want to do tonight is to entertain a motion to advertise the public meetings of the parking permit and paving committee for March 17th from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and March 18th from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Motion.
Second.
Seconded.
Are they going to be on Zoom?
Yes.
Okay.
We have motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, passes unanimously. And then the other piece of this puzzle is to we want to authorize Alex to go out and begin the process of drafting the ordinance and being prepared to advertise that once we have all the details in hand so that we can move forward on this portion of the plan. So I would like to entertain a motion to authorize the solicitor to draft and advertise the parking program ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So that is the bulk of what we got. Moving to
Hey,
the
real quick, who
Yep.
made that motion and seconded? I apologize.
Lee made the motion and I believe Mindy seconded it.
Thank you.
Or you could put Nick, because I think Nick was first.
Yeah, they kind of
Am
said
I
it at
right,
the same
Nick?
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So moving into the police chief's report.
Thank you, Council. I just want to go over a few things. Anti-crime's doing a great job. Again, last week they had 2 arrests. Traffic citations are up for us, and as well as parking tickets are up. I just want to ask the residents to check their vehicles, make sure that their inspection emissions is up to date, because we are going around and starting to cite those vehicles from all the snow and whatever else, because parking is a premium in town. As for what else, again, hats off to Deputy Chief Eisman for his acts, as well as all the other first responders, police officers, ambulance, and firefighters in Glen Olden that helped out. They did a great job. And also we have, we're on pace for the test of the corporal's test on March 10th, starting at 10 a.m. It will be a written test followed by a oral test of the candidates that passed the written exam. And that's about it. And I think Councilman Roskowski, you're on pace for that on the 10th, correct? Since you're on the Civil Service Board?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Next would be the solicitor's report.
Well, I don't have one.
All right, thank you very much. Next on the list would be the finance director's report, but I believe they only are coming for the second meeting of the month. We have a new solicitor, not solicitor, we have the same solicitor. We have a new finance director started on the 1st, so I'm sure they wouldn't have that much to inform us of yet, other than to tell us that they're getting settled and moving forward. Unless, Andrew, do you have anything for us from them?
The only thing that I would say is that they're currently, they were in the office yesterday. They'll be in tomorrow, I believe. And they're just currently going through everything, getting everything set up, getting everything switched over for payroll and pension plans, things like that. So I would expect nothing substantive tonight anyway, even if they had been here, other than what I just said.
Yep. And do me a favor and give our thanks to eCollect for helping the transition through, because I'm sure they are helping them with whatever they need as we transition between the two.
They've been fantastic. They participated in many meetings and given over all the information needed, and definitely appreciate that from them.
Yep. All right. Now it is on to your report.
All right. I sent out my report to everybody. Couple things that have come up since then. One thing I wanted to talk to all of you about, something that we don't need to make a decision about tonight because it isn't urgent. I think that we should get rid of the borough manager's vehicle. I don't think we need it. It's terrible. It doesn't work most of the time. I got a quote from Serenos. They're willing to buy it for $1,500. I also would like you to know that we spend a little over $675 a year, I believe it is, for that vehicle roughly, for insurance. And frankly, the maintenance costs on it are probably much higher than that. And I mean, there are probably a number of ways to handle it. If you'd like to compensate me for using my own vehicle, I certainly don't need $1,500 or even $675 a year, because the amount of time that I drive it is limited. So I think that's the best way to deal with it personally, and then just to get it out of our hair for now. Alternatively, we're also looking at, and we've tried to get as many candidates for the code officer position. That's still advertised. It's actually just been taken down. We've got a couple good candidates who wanted to try and get a few more. And we will need to give that person a vehicle, so it's also we could trade it in, but I just don't want this car either way. So beyond that, highway guys put up a lot of snow this year, and in particular the last few weeks. I think they did a fantastic job again, and I'm repeating myself now in these meetings, but we've gotten quite a number of compliments from residents. I have people emailing me and messaging me on Facebook at 1 in the morning saying that they saw our guys out there and how great they were. So I'd like to thank them for all of their work. It's really astounding.
Yeah, I think they've done a fantastic job this winter.
I agree.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll move. Do we have anything for old business? Okay. Anything for new business? All right. I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion. So move.
Second.
There's been a motion, a second. All those